If a picture is worth 1,000 words, can you guess how much this picture is worth? Let me start by sharing a story of a wealthy man who was so thankful to have survived COVID. But when he was asked to pay $5,000 for a day on a ventilator, he suddenly broke down in tears. It was not because he couldn't afford to pay the amount, but it was because he realized just how much he owed God for the air he breathed all his life. At that price, a man would have spent over $90 million for all the air he breathed before his 50th birthday. We know that man cannot live on air alone. On the average, our bodies need an equivalent of 3.875 liters of water per day from the food and drinks we consume. How about air? Our bodies need 11,000 liters of air each day, which is actually much, much more than the water and food we consume. Now, many may remember the magnificent skyline during the lockdown. This is what clean air looks like. What happens when the air is cleaner? Can you recall the last time you had a cough and cold? If you said none in the past year, it is not surprising at all. Remember the last time you bought medicines for cough or colds? Again, it's not a surprise if you can't remember. So when we think of air quality and indoor pollutants, we should realize how this affects our health. Just imagine that we spend 90% of our time indoors, and indoor pollution is 5 times worse than outdoors. Even low levels of pollutants in our offices can have severe impact to our health. When you think of pollutants in parts per million or parts per billion, the amounts may seem small and insignificant. However, when you start to consider the 11,000 liters of air we breathe in each day, the amount of pollutants we intake increases significantly inside our bodies. If there is one takeaway from today, we should all remember that whenever we enter air-conditioned spaces, being 3 feet or 6 feet apart is meaningless, especially if we remove our mask. The airflow and poor ventilation can cause infection, and longer exposure time further increases your risk. The smog in China was so severe that Vitality Air exported air to China. At $25 per bottle, it will cost a whopping $34,000 per day. That's almost 7 times the cost of a day in a ventilator. Would you rather spend so much money to buy fresh air? Or would you rather spend $2 per day? Yes, for only $2 per day, you know the air you breathe and what you know you can manage. Whether it's for home or office use, your indoor air quality matters to you, your family, as well as your workers' productivity and health and well-being. Poor air quality can cause children to underperform or up to $1,000 per worker productivity loss per year. But the good news is that we don't need to pay the high price of not knowing. Protect your loved ones from allergens and toxins. Work in peace and breathe with ease, knowing the air around you is safe and healthy with uHoo. uHoo is the world's most advanced indoor air sensor that monitors 9 air parameters. For more information, please contact our website www.testtech-group.com or email us at info@testtech.com.ph. Thank you for your time and stay safe.